I came about kids. I came about our kids. I don't want the kids to learn this because they are kids, they're not adults. When they are adults, they can do whatever they want to do. But they are kids. They are sending kids to learn the language, to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, to be one of the government. They didn't go to the school to learn about this stuff. Boy, marry boy, girl, marry girl. What kind of stuff they learn for our kids like this? I never heard this before. We came from overseas, from far away. We came and we bring our kids here to learn them everything, to learn them how to go to be a lawyer, how to be a doctor, how to be one of the government. We don't bring our kids to learn them the sexual, the girl, boy. Why? They're saying it's a freedom country. Okay, that's why we came here. It's a freedom. We see freedom? No, it's not freedom. No, it's not freedom because they have the legal. If the mom or dad they're saying anything, they've been 5 years in the jail now. I'm not scared from anyone. What they gonna do? Now, because in this position, I'm not scared from anyone.
So did you want to say why you came out today too?
Yeah, why you came here, Abusi? Explain for them why you came here. Because I don't want this fight anymore.
All right, guys. So have I mentioned that there's a Muslim uprising against pride indoctrination being taught in schools? Okay, that video I just showed you guys were Muslims who were out today protesting in Ottawa, Canada, about the indoctrination that's going on in their schools out there. Okay, and there's all types of wild video out there. Like, for example, they have their kids stomping on pride flags, okay, which I can't show you because YouTube is going to say it's hate speech. So, you know, I mean, again, it's getting kind of crazy because just a few days ago, I actually did a video about Muslims here in America, more specifically in Maryland, that are currently protesting against the no opt-out policy that has been implemented at their school board, in which they are forcing kids to partake in LGBTQ lessons. Okay, they have to read LGBTQ books and be exposed to LGBTQ materials. Again, we're talking about elementary school, middle school kids here, and they ain't having any of it, right? They're not having it. Okay, you know, again, I don't understand why in the world do we live in a society where schools are forcing this stuff down kids' throats and then telling parents that you can't opt out, right? You have to have your kids be exposed to this stuff. And again, you got people in the media that say, oh, there's no agenda. They're not trying to push this stuff on children, when they're straight up doing it in front of your face. Okay, these protests aren't happening for no reason. Okay, they're happening for a reason. And what's happening here is that they're going so far that they're actually really creating a lot more animosity and division than they otherwise should be doing between people who are LGBTQ and not LGBTQ. And that is what I hate the most about this, because there are a lot of LGBTQ people who do not agree with this, who are like, yo, we just want to be able to sleep with who we want to sleep with, right, and be left alone. Okay, we don't want to push stuff on kids. We're not interested in kids learning about this stuff. But again, for whatever reason, you have the powers that be that are interested in pushing this stuff no matter what. And I think that honestly, they do it on purpose to divide people and to create hate and controversy. I really do think that it's being done on purpose at this point, at the expense of LGBTQ people who don't agree with this. Okay, so I want to make that clear. Speaking of hate, we got to talk about a pretty hateful Democrat, in my opinion, from Maryland, who actually addressed some of the Muslim parents and children who were speaking out against the pride materials being pushed in school by declaring that they're on the side of white supremacy. And now there's also more material that has come out that shows that this same Maryland Democrat declares that white women should be struck down from leadership to dismantle systemic racism. Okay, so we have a full-blown lunatic here that we got to talk about and expose. But before I get into that, I just want to let you guys know, if you like my channel, you want to support my channel, you can feel free to check out my new merch. Some of you guys have been asking about the shirts I've been wearing. This shirt right here is my fat phobic shirt. If you want to check it out, you can do so at gforemanbcp.com. Again, there's a lot of cool merch, like my new black edition of my signature racist mug, which has the 2023 definition of racism according to the left, which is anybody who disagrees with Democrats. So without further ado, let's go ahead and play this clip of this woman basically accusing Muslim families and children of siding with white supremacy because they don't agree with being indoctrinated in school. Take a look.
This issue has unfortunately put some, and not all, of course, but some Muslim families on the same side of an issue as white supremacists and outright bigots. And, however, the folks who I've talked here today, I would not put in the same category as those folks, although, it's, again, complicated because they're falling on the same side of this particular issue.
Hi, my name is Saad Beg. I'm a middle school student of MCPS. I'm here to talk about the opt-out option for reading material. I'm not here to take away the right of anyone being recognized in the community. I'm here to talk about my rights. My religion teaches to respect all religions and all human beings and their rights. So does my country law. And I want my right back to have an opt-out option. In the last Board of Education meeting, someone said that many people of the LGBTQ community are being bullied. That may have been the case some time ago, but these days it's quite the opposite. There are over 40 kids that I know who don't want to learn this and really want to be here talking today, but can't because they are being bullied. They are the ones being bullied when they say we don't want to learn this.
Although the introduction of texts and discussions related to transgenderism and LGBTQ plus lifestyle may support MCPS's mission to be all-inclusive regardless of race, gender, and identity, I don't believe my first grade and third grade cousins are prepared to read and discuss about such issues at MCPS.
The issue of gender and sexuality are influenced by our faith, and we should not be caricatured as intolerant. And our faith perceived to be subversive because it doesn't align with your beliefs. Intolerance of the faith community threatens to erode support for religious freedom, therefore eroding the benefits it provides for everyone, religious and non-religious. Pluralistic societies that value human dignity and do not view faith communities as a problem to be eliminated will only thrive and prosper. I respectfully request the restoration of the opt-out option at MCPS. Thank you. Takbir.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Okay, that is a Democrat Maryland City Council member by the name of Kristen Mink, who I'm going to call the Butch AOC, right? Because that's what she reminds me of. She's a butch version of AOC. Yeah, so Butch AOC basically accused Muslim families and their children of siding with white supremacists, okay? White supremacy and bigotry because they don't want the kids or the children to learn about LGBTQ in school. And the children themselves will say, look, we don't want to learn about this stuff, okay? It seems they're being raised right? They're being raised with the values that their parents have, okay? They're being raised to, respect some of the basic tenets of their religion. Again, that's, pretty rare, right, in 2023. But, here's the thing. This lady has a long history of making comments that are off the wall that I want to read about here because, again, this shows you how hateful and intolerant the Democrats actually are. Again, these same people that claim that they want tolerance, they're the most intolerant people in the world. So let's read here. A Democratic Maryland City Council member who was recently criticized for claiming Muslim children speaking out at a school board meeting were, quote, on the same side as white supremacists, also has a history of bashing white women and Zionist Jews, Fox News Digital found. Again, no surprises here, right? She's bashing white women and Zionist Jews, okay? Again, the hate runs deep here. Kristen Mink, a former public school teacher, was elected in December to the Montgomery County City Council, representing District 5. While declaring, quote, "This is equity," she reasoned Tuesday evening at a school board meeting that Muslim children who spoke up against the LGBTQ plus curriculum were, quote, on the same side as white supremacists. Again, this is where we've gotten here, right? We got to the point that, again, if you disagree with Democrats, then you're racist, okay? Cue the mug, okay? If you disagree with Democrats, you're a white supremacist, right? I might make a white supremacist mug, okay? Anybody who disagrees with a Democrat is a white supremacist, okay? Because, I mean, that's what's happening here. This has nothing to do with race, has everything to do with religion and religious freedom. And again, she's trying to make it about race, okay? Apparently you're racist, right? If you don't want LGBTQ and pride stuff taught in school. Quote, this issue has, unfortunately, it does put some Muslim families on the same side of an issue as white supremacists and outright bigots, the Democrat said. Quote, I would not put you in the same category as those folks, although you know it's complicated because they're falling on the same side of this particular issue, right? So they're white supremacist adjacent. And in 2019, Meek wrote an email to her former colleagues at an organization called Lights for Liberty, expressing why she was resigning. She described her perception of negative experiences at the organization as a, quote, tale of white feminism, and noted that as the reason for her departure. The Democrat explained that the left-wing organization she co-founded was too white on the executive level for her preferences. Mink said, quote, this is very difficult for me to write. I am also not okay with the state of our organization. I would be more than glad to come back on board if black and brown voices were given a seat at the executive table. Quote, having white women representing us is going to add to the credibility issue and doesn't elevate the right voices, she said. Okay, so she's saying that, look, the executives at this company are too white. Therefore, I have to leave. So she's accusing people of siding with white supremacists, okay, or being racist because they object to pride being taught in school. However, this woman is a racist herself because apparently she believes that it's not okay for white women to run organizations or to be executives at an organization. Okay. She believes it so much that she decided to leave. Again, it's fascinating stuff. These people, everything that they claim they're against racism, but yet they're racist, right? Again, it's just so funny how that works. Quote, speaker lineups need to be intersectional and multiracial. White people should be few and with good reason. Again, what I try to tell you guys every single time, diversity, equity, and inclusion simply means anti-white, right? That's what it actually really means, okay? Intersectionality means what do we all have in common that is going to unite us against the white man, right? I can easily define what these woke terms mean, okay? Because all of this stuff is really about how to make society less white, right? That's what it is. It's just pent up racism that these people have towards whites, especially straight white people, especially straight white males more specifically. And it has to be called out, man. It really does, because this is overt in your face and they're actually acting on it. Okay. See, this is different than the racism that, you know, people on the left always cry about, right? The imaginary stuff, right? We're talking about little microaggressions where these people start crying racism. Oh my God, it was racist. This person didn't say hey to me, right? He's racist, okay? Yeah, that's the type of racism that the left is concerned about. This type of stuff right here that's just overt in your face, yeah, I think that we should call that out, right? I think this is the type of racism we should be talking about because this is not okay. If this was something that was said outright and it was, you know, a white person saying, look, we don't need blacks to be a part of this, right? The executive board here is too black. We need less blacks. People would 100% say, hey, yeah, this is unacceptable. So why in the world are we accepting this the other way around? Why is this person even on the city council with these type of comments? Because again, they're white and they make these type of comments. There's no way that this person will be forced to resign. Okay? So again, you can't have it both ways, right? You can either have all of it or you can have none of it. The council member also said she found it, quote, troubling that white women do not appear to be divesting control of the organization to people of color. Again, this is what it's about. Give up your spot, right? Give up your power to us, okay? Give everything to us if you're white. Mink proceeded to blast the, quote, white feminism, gaslighting, and weaponized fragility at Lights for Liberty, and added she hopes they change in order to decentralize white power. Quote, it's ironic, of course, that in an arena focused on dismantling systemic racism and confronting white supremacy, both can be found in some organizations ostensibly doing the work. Folks in those places should know better, right? She wrote. So again, if you're a white person and you're doing the work, right, of dismantling racism, aka acting against your own best interest, then it's still not enough, right? You're still not doing enough, because sometimes these organizations can be too white. Okay, if you're too involved as a white person, that's bad, right? You're still upholding white power. Meek's Twitter account was also filled with divisive statements about white people. Quote, healing and unity have for so long meant disregarding the harms to black, indigenous people of color for the comfort of white people. She said, I've been looking for almost an hour and can't find a vehicle puzzle for my kid that isn't populated entirely by white people or white people plus one token black person. Yeah, so this lunatic is teaching children in school, or at least at one point she was teaching children in school. Again, you have way too many of these woke activists in school teaching children, okay? These are your teachers, okay? It's a problem. It really is. She also claimed that the term patriot is used to describe a white person. So apparently now black people or non-whites can't be patriots. Quote, now's the time to take back the word patriot. And to be clear, when I say take back the word patriot, I mean people using it to actually mean patriot, taking it back from people who use it to mean white people, she said. The council member has also expressed support for the demand that white people should use their bodies as a human shield in between confrontations with black people and police. So now you got to sacrifice yourself, right? If you're white, you got to sacrifice yourself. Okay, you got to you got to stand in front of a bullet, okay, for a black criminal. Again, this is exactly what these people believe, bro. It's insanity. It really is. She thanked the organizers who teach white people the logistics of how to use their privilege in the field. Lights for Liberty and Mink were contacted for comment and did not immediately respond. Mink also has a history of anti-Israel commentary, at one point criticizing Trump officials on the basis of being Zionist Jews. Quote, our new Middle East peace envoy is Jared Kushner's coffee boy, she said, referring to Avi Berskowitz. Quote, really, this position was previously held by Trump's real estate lawyer, Jason Greenblatt. Both are Zionist Jews, she said. Again, so this type of stuff that Kanye got canceled for. This is your Democrat Party, folks. This is the future of the Democrat Party right here, okay? Butch AOCs who are radicals, okay? No, don't doubt my mind. She's a full-blown communist, okay? She's a communist. This is what you vote for when you put these people on city council. And then you wonder why these cities are a train wreck. It's because you have lunatics like this running these places, right? It's really that simple. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.